Hello guys, as we had seen in the previous video, I wasn't able to delete the database because currently I am using it. And you remember the command which we ran it before, which is use and the name of the database. So now what I'll try to do, I'll try to disconnect myself by connecting to another database. But the other problem is, currently I know I am the only one who's connected to this database. But in real life, we might have a chance, other peoples or other admins, they might also connect to this database. Currently they do some work. And for ABC reason, I want to disconnect them also and to delete this database. And it is not only about the disconnectivity of the database. There are a few things you need also to do to make sure you maintain everything in your system, and then you can just simply delete it. So to stop using a database, you will need to check first if there's any connectivity to the database, and you need to change your database context. For example, if I'm trying to drop my database and I am in the context of that database, then simply I need to switch to another database. And commonly, master or temporary database is the one which we use to connect to it. So by this, I'm going to disconnect myself. But if other connections are open to the database and preventing me from dropping the database, then I will need to kill the connected IDs, the connections, of course. This can be tedious. So an option to force close all connection and then drop the database that usually work is by connecting to the database and then run some of the commands. I need to run the command first, then we will explain what is the benefit of these commands. So just keep in your mind, currently stuff is in there and I wasn't able to delete it. And the command which I'm going to use is like this. First, I will start to use another database, and in this scenario, I will use one of the main databases, the built-in database in the system, which is master database. Then what I will need to do, I need to alter now a database, and our database is staff. So I need to modify it and set it offline. And in addition to that, I want to roll back immediately any transaction file that might be exist. And we can run immediate command. So now we set it offline once I run this command, and we are going to roll back all the transaction file. We now force all connection to close and any transaction need to be rolled back. And now after that, I can drop it if I want. And the command to drop it is this one. We can just run a drop database, and the name of the database is staff. But I prefer not to do it like this, and the reason is because if you drop it while it is offline, then the file of the database will keep in the system. So it's better first to bring it back online and then you drop it. So alter database. So the system is going to clean all the files relating to this database, and we need to set it online. These are the main commands which you need to go with, and then we can type go. And now we need to give it a try and see how things are going to work. Now it looks like everything is fine. If I execute now, waiting of course, such command when it's going to run is not going to show you the result immediately. So here non-qualified transactions are being rolled back. Estimated rollback completion 0%, now 100%, no more transaction file to be on. Then it is being set to off. Then we set it online again. So once I delete it, it's not going to leave any files on the system. And finally drop database staff and go. Command is run. Staff is in here currently, but if I right click now on my database and select refresh, as we see here now, we don't have the command anymore, or we don't have the database. And now simply we can just rerun the commands which we had in the previous video and the staff database to be in here. I'll do that now. So with these commands, need first to delete all of these. And now we are going to use exactly the same command which we used in the previous video. I start by the creation of database. The name of the database is staff, go. Then we start to use it, create two schema, one for Mani, one for Dante. By using SQL query, if I want to add note, then here I'll just put 2 dash. Then what is the note which I want to have it in the query. This is later if you have a bigger script. You might need to put some notes on some parts of your script to remember what are these going to do. Here I want now to create two tables. One in the schema of Dante and the other one in the schema of Mani. It look all good to go with, so execute. Now the command completed successfully. Right click on database and then select refresh. And again I have the staff. In the staff we check tables. Tables we have Dante and Mani. And of course from Dante.info I know also the schema is being created. We can access to security. In security now, if we access to schemas, Here again, I have both Dante and Mani, but for now we don't have the data because we didn't add the code for the data. But the main idea, was just to delete and recreate the database and to discuss how we supposed to do it by following the best technique. You already have the file with all the commands. It is just like you cannot run the file with all commands. You need to know which part to be run according to what we discuss in these videos. Thanks for watching.